So we've now been enjoying the hospitality of Terminal 1 in London's Heathrow Airport for just over 4 hours. Oh, the glamour of international travel. Mr. Hetherington and I are pottering our way slowly forward. Although we have got quite a lot done, haven't we, in various restaurants, waiting for a bit of flight activity. Off to Riyadh, of course, and then onwards to places afar. Actually, this looks like I'm filming down the corridor of the toilet, so I better stop. So after five hour delay getting out of London, a rather gloomy looking Chris, wondering what he could have done in that 5 hours if he had a pack, and also feeling pretty good about how much money we must have saved in sitting right down the back of the bus. And for those of you who think that we travel right up the nose cone, think again, because I'm pleased to say that on this trip, I don't know if you can see that, we are one seat from the back, so happy days. Anyway, we're well on our way to Riyadh, looking forward to some good days, talking to Oliver and Roger and the crew, and see how we go.
Yeah, many roles on this job. First was an Happold consultant who advised on the master plan and the master plan, and then we were employed by Barry Lord and his cohorts in Canada, and that was all a bit of a disaster, and they got largely kicked off, and we took over after that, along with ASG out of Washington and Dr. Bendica from France.
So this is pretty unusual for us in that we're absolutely in the lead.
Well, we're in the lead now on the construction side, and we sort of had a pseudo leadership in the design, because we were later in the day when everything sort of fell apart, we were appointed project manager to pull it all together for tender purposes, so we've sort of assumed the lead really.
Construction management and project management, quantity surveying, quality, safety,
the whole lot. Yep.
See much effort it took to break down. It's just straw and clay, that's it. So it's the same strength as concrete.
And now we will have the finishing over it, that's it. And remaining the doors, the ethyl wood also, doors. So you can live inside if you want.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So there we go, Chris, at a Rafe from a World Heritage site back in Bath, where we have our office, to a World Heritage site where we're reclaiming it. What do you reckon?
I think it's extraordinary. I mean, very, very exciting. Taking technology that you can date back, it must be 1,000 years plus, remaking bricks from sand and straw, and rebuilding temples and palaces. Remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
So this is the top of CMA on the right, about halfway up. We're up on 40th floor, right, of Samba, so we're 180 metres up. There's the road we drove in to town last night, up over that raised section, looking back over to KFD where I'm standing now, and then up into the main street, right into the centre of Riyadh. You can just about pick out the old character peeler. So Eddie, you've been living and breathing this job for, God, I want to say 10 years, from the very moment that somebody thought of it.
2006, I think it all started, Paul, when I got the crazy call from the guy who wanted us to build Canary Wharf for them in Riyadh.
Fantastic.
And yeah, it kind of transformed from all you guys telling me that it would never happen to what it is now.
Well, it's been a fantastic thing to be part of. I think it's a bit hard still to see the community and the culture that it's going to create. I think when it does, to have been here during the creation of it and to have had such a central part in it will be a fantastic legacy for us in what has been a very trying time for the industry and for everybody in the industry. To have created this out of that period of adversity, I think is a tremendously positive story.
vertical column, the one in the level above comes down, steps back out again, twins up. I mean, it's bonkers.
That one there, that's 4 stories. That's a transfer slab at level 2.
So this is the Riyadh office. We've been in here almost exactly 2 years, and it's a fantastic place for a melting pot for a number of different functions. We've got the Riyadh office local design function, and then we provide a sort of stable for the passing trade, be that internal, external. We provide spaces for international architects to come and sit down, have a coffee and a chat, and somewhere for a melting pot for ideas in the country.
We see a lot of each other between the three of us through the Jet stuff, and I automatically assume that a lot of the stuff that I pick up and we pick up gets converted through the team through osmosis. But for the guys to spend some time with you and understand what you're thinking about, what you're worrying about, and how that translates to what we're doing is brilliant. Good exchange, good understanding of the business. Yesterday, going and seeing the projects, good understanding of what's kind of driving our thinking. And so thank you for the time, thank you for the inputs. Very, very valuable and very much appreciated.
Well, here we are, finally made it out of Riyadh on our Qatar Airways flight. I thought I'd have a quick look, see what might be on the telly, on the news, and rather spookily, as this strange chap stares straight back at me. Good old London Olympics. We can't get publicity out of this, then what on earth can we get publicity out of? Here we are in the shadow of the West Bay development, a development that wasn't even in Doha 10 years ago. So it's just the speed of things that in this amazing country, this incredible city. And you can see right in the middle of that, Jean Nouvel's dildo, as it's affectionately referred to locally. And then of course over here, in the foot of the garden of the Emir's Palace, is our Heart of Doha project, literally in the heart of Doha, with Musharraf Properties.
As you can see, it's a huge, seriously complicated project. Good geotechnical solutions that we've come up with. We're looking at about 3,500 piles that we've installed here over the last almost a year. Excavated to 22 meters below ground level in our phase 2 works. And yeah, as you can see, very interesting project to work on, very enjoyable, and it's something that our designers should regularly come and have a look at.
So do you think our COO is getting geotechnics finally?
Absolutely, I think so.
I think Johan's been going at him for about 3 hours now. We've had dewatering strategy and practical demonstration. We've had site induction. So we're delighted there's no plant around, so new boy can stay safe.
The biggest change in building has been the mosque, and right at the start of the job it was this beautiful sort of curving shape, beautiful piece of design by our structures team in Bath, curves and arches and shells, and over time it's become more rectilinear, and it's still a beautiful piece of work. A response when it was looked at by Issa, who is the managing director of Musharraf Properties, he said the person who designed this mosque was a Muslim. They understand the process of going to a mosque and all the elements of it, and they understand the beauty of the space within where you pray.
Come on then, let's walk and talk.
Walk and talk, okay. What's it like being in Qatar? Hot. Then the novelty of being
bloody hot would be.
Bloody hot. It's only about 42 degrees today, but the humidity is beginning to rise and it's getting a little hot sticky. But it's lovely. You can, get out and about. We can go to the bar and have a few drinks. It's nice for families, there's plenty to do. We had the tennis open earlier on in the year, there's a fabulous film festival, and the sun shines every day.
There's no rain?
No, I have seen rain a couple of times, and I even got wet one day.
Good
but
Lord.
You don't carry a brolly, and you don't worry about jumper generally, and you don't need a coat. Yeah, it's really nice.
So right at the end of our Heart of Doha site, very excited here because this is, I'm reliably informed, the Emir's personal camel display team. I guess that's the Doha equivalent of the Red Arrows. And we're one of our Saudi clients.
So we're doing cheese processing plant number 3, Ian, for Almarai. And it's an incredible story because Almarai are a completely integrated supplier. So not only do they make the milk, they grow the grass, they work through the whole process, and they take it from ingested grass all the way through to process cheese or butter or milk or any of those things. And they want to continue to expand their reach and expand their operation, not just into Saudi, but across the Gulf, and then maybe take the business model and do it in other places. So we're helping them to think about that, and also helping them to be confident enough to do it.
So full integration.
Full integration.
So it's like the cheese equivalent of Apple.
Absolutely, yeah, end-to-end process.
So at the end of the week, and it's actually not that late, but it's rather gloomy in here, but you can see anyway from the atmosphere that it's a tremendously restrictive place, Doha.
But this is the last week, because next week it's Ramadan and this place is closed. So we're already panicking as to what we're going to do.
So we're drinking for the next 4 weeks.
Fantastic. Anyway, here we go. Kempinski Hotel in Doha with all the guys off the site team, although you can't see them in the dark, having a good time celebrating the end of a week. A good few days, but of course meeting lots of clients, seeing all of our people on various job sites doesn't necessarily help me get my stuff done, so a bit of a late night. Gonna catch 3 hours kip, and then we're up again, back to the airport and onwards, so all very glamorous.